Have you ever willingly stepped into a freezing shower and thought, yep, this seems like a good life decision? No, me neither, at first. My initial thought was usually something along the lines of, what ancient curse have I brought upon myself today? But it turns out that cold exposure isn't just a medieval torture method, a regrettable dare. Or what happens when your water heater decides to go on vacation? It's actually a powerful, science-backed habit that can radically boost your energy, sharpen your focus, elevate your mood, and even ignite your metabolism. Think about it. For centuries, various cultures, from ancient Romans to Nordic peoples, have embraced cold for its invigorating effects. They probably didn't have fancy scientific terms like thermogenesis or norepinephrine, but they knew intuitively that a blast of cold just made them feel better. Modern science is now catching up to validate these age-old practices. So, let's talk about why voluntarily freezing your butt off might just be one of the healthiest, most transformative things you can do for your mind and body. Get ready to embrace the chill. Before we jump in, pun fully intended, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Seriously, doing so will send a little jolt of warmth through your body, I promise. Maybe, possibly. Here on this channel, I break down evidence-based strategies to upgrade your brain and body, giving you practical, actionable advice that you can integrate into your daily life without needing a degree in biochemistry or a secret handshake. And unlike some of the more questionable health trends out there, you won't find me selling you weird gummies, shady detox teas, or promising you that drinking celery juice will solve all your life problems. We're about real science, real results, and real talks. Mental clarity and mood. First up, the brain boost. This is often the first, most immediate benefit you'll feel when you start with cold exposure, aside from the initial shock. When that icy cold water hits your skin, your body immediately goes into a controlled stress response. And in doing so, it releases a powerful cocktail of beneficial neurochemicals. Chief among these is norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter. That sounds complicated, but basically acts like espresso for your entire nervous system. Imagine your brain suddenly getting a high-octane fuel injection, but without the jitters or the mid-afternoon crash. What does this translate to in real life? Your focus improves dramatically. That mental fog you usually battle in the mornings, or around 3 p.m., it dissipates. Your mood lifts almost instantly, pulling you out of any lingering grogginess or low energy. You might even find yourself suddenly remembering where you left your keys, that important client email, or why you walked into the kitchen in the first place. Some compelling studies even suggest that consistent cold exposure, particularly through methods like cold water immersion, can help significantly reduce symptoms of depression, making it a powerful adjunctive therapy. It's basically a legal brain drug, a natural stimulant that recalibrates your entire system. Just one that requires a few minutes of good old-fashioned shivering. It's truly incredible what a few minutes of intentional discomfort can do for your cognitive function and emotional well-being. Inflammation next. Cold is like a fire extinguisher for inflammation. Think of inflammation as your body's natural response to injury or infection. It's a good thing in the short term, helping you heal. But when it becomes chronic inflammation, a persistent, low-grade internal fire, that's when the real problems start. Chronic inflammation is linked to almost all the usual suspects of modern disease. We're talking heart disease, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, autoimmune conditions, and that general feeling of stiffness, malaise, like a 90-year-old in a 30-year-old body. How does cold exposure help? When you expose your body to cold, it helps dial down pro-inflammatory cytokines. These are tiny proteins with big bad attitudes, essentially signaling molecules that fan the flames of inflammation throughout your body. By reducing their activity, cold exposure effectively puts out those smoldering internal fires. This means less joint pain, faster recovery from exercise, and significantly better long-term health. Athletes have known this for years, which is why ice baths are a staple in professional sports. But you don't have to be an elite athlete to reap these benefits. A simple cold shower can offer a measurable reduction in inflammatory markers. And no, just crying in a cold shower about your life choices doesn't count as reducing swelling. But hey, if it makes you feel better, it's a start. Immunity, believe it or not, cold exposure can actually strengthen your immune system, turning you into a more resilient, germ-fighting machine. This might sound counterintuitive, especially if your mom always told you to bundle up. so you do, and catch a cold. But the science tells a different story. When your body is regularly exposed to cold, it initiates a series of adaptations that bolster your immune response. Some impressive studies, particularly those involving people who did regular cold plunges or finished their showers with cold blasts, showed a significant reduction in the number of sick days taken compared to control groups. This isn't just anecdotal evidence. Researchers have observed changes in various immune markers. Apparently, your white blood cells, your body's frontline defenders, wake up like, "Oh, we're doing this now. Okay, let's fight some germs." They become more abundant and more active, ready to take on invaders. Your lymphatic system, which helps remove waste and toxins, also gets a boost, aiding in overall detoxification. Just remember, while cold exposure is a powerful tool, it's not a magic bullet. You still need to prioritize adequate sleep, maintain a balanced and nutritious diet, and manage stress. Don't skip sleep, eat garbage, and hope cold showers carry the whole team. They're not miracle workers, but they are a fantastic addition to a holistic approach to robust health. Metabolism and fat burning now. Let's talk about something many of you are probably keen on. Fat burning. Because science says cold can actually turn on your brown fat. You've probably heard of white fat. That jiggly stuff we all have, which is primarily for storing energy. It's the fat we love to hate, the kind that sticks to our bellies, hips, and thighs. But there's another type of fat called brown adipose tissue, or BAT, which is metabolically active. Unlike white fat, brown fat doesn't store calories. It burns them. Its primary function is to generate heat by literally burning calories. Think of it as your body's internal furnace. Babies have a lot of brown fat, which helps them regulate their body temperature. As adults, we typically have less, but it's still present, mainly around your neck, shoulders, and spine. The incredible news is that cold exposure is one of the most effective ways to activate and even increase your brown fat stores. When you expose yourself to cold, your body senses the drop in temperature and signals your brown fat to kick into gear, burning calories to keep you warm. So yes, cold exposure may not just slightly boost your metabolism for the duration of the chill, but it can also lead to a more metabolically active body in the long run. This is great news, because I personally identify as someone who burns calories by standing in fear under a cold shower head for 5 minutes. It's a low-effort way to potentially increase your daily calorie expenditure without hitting the gym. Mitochondria and energy beyond fat burning. Cold exposure also triggers a profound cellular transformation. It signals your cells to make more mitochondria. If you cast your mind back to high school biology, you'll remember that mitochondria are often called the powerhouses of the cell. They are your internal power plants responsible for generating ATP, the main energy currency that fuels virtually every bodily function from thinking to lifting weights. So, what does more mitochondria mean for you? It means more energy, and not just a superficial caffeine-induced buzz, but a deep, sustained, cellular-level energy that can dramatically improve your daily vitality. Right. More mitochondria translate to you not needing your 4th coffee at 2 p.m. to drag yourself through the afternoon. You'll feel more awake, more alert, and less prone to that midday slump. Mental toughness, and here's arguably the most underrated, yet profoundly impactful benefit: mental grit. In a world that constantly seeks comfort and convenience, voluntarily choosing discomfort is a revolutionary act. Every single day, or whenever you step into that cold water, you are actively choosing to push past your comfort zone. You are overriding your brain's natural inclination to avoid unpleasant sensations. This consistent, self-imposed challenge builds immense resilience, not just to cold but to life's everyday stresses. Think of it as a daily workout for your willpower. That moment of hesitation before the cold water hits, and then the decision to embrace it, strengthens your resolve. Suddenly, those seemingly overwhelming challenges of daily life, navigating rush hour traffic, enduring awkward Zoom calls, deciphering passive-aggressive emails from Karen from accounting-feel, manageable. Why? Because you've already conquered freezing water, a primal challenge. That small victory each day accumulates, giving you a quiet confidence that translates into other areas of your life. You face the cold and won. Karen from accounting doesn't stand a chance. This mental fortitude can be a game changer, empowering you to tackle bigger obstacles with a newfound sense of calm and determination. How to start, so you're convinced? You want to turn into a cold-loving, fat-burning, mentally tough powerhouse? Great. The good news is, you don't need a fancy ice bath or a trip to the Arctic. You can start simple, right in your own bathroom. The easiest way to begin is by finishing your regular shower with a short blast of cold water. That's it. Don't overthink it. Don't try to be a hero on day one. Start with just 10 seconds of cold. Yes, it will be uncomfortable. Yes, you will gasp. But it's manageable. After a few days, try for 20 seconds, then 30. Gradually work your way up to a minute, 2 minutes, or even 5 minutes, depending on your comfort level and goals. Listen to your body. You should feel invigorated, not hypothermic. Another popular method for easing in is hot-cold contrast showers. This involves alternating between hot and cold water for short intervals, say 1 minute hot, 30 seconds cold. And repeating this cycle a few times, this method can also be beneficial for circulation and recovery. It helps your body adapt to the temperature changes more gently. If you enjoy a bit of emotional whiplash, the key takeaway here is consistency. You don't have to suffer intensely every single time. You just have to be consistent. Remember, cold exposure is a habit, a tool for self-improvement, not a hazing ritual designed to punish you. It's about gradual adaptation and building resilience over time. Bonus tip: sauna pairing. Want to level it up and really supercharge the benefits? Consider combining cold with heat. This is often referred to as contrast therapy, and it's a powerful strategy utilized by many health enthusiasts and athletes. Alternating between a sauna and a cold plunge can offer amplified benefits for circulation, detoxification, and recovery. When you expose your body to extreme heat in a sauna, your blood vessels dilate and blood rushes to the surface of your skin. Then, when you immediately plunge into cold water, those same blood vessels constrict rapidly, pushing blood back towards your core. This rhythmic expansion and contraction of your blood vessels acts like a powerful pump, dramatically improving blood flow, enhancing oxygen delivery to tissues, and accelerating the removal of metabolic waste products. It's like CrossFit for your blood vessels, without the loud grunting, the heavy weights, or the questionable protein shakes. This hot-cold cycling can also further boost your lymphatic system, reduce muscle soreness, and even contribute to deeper relaxation afterward. It's an intense experience, but the feeling of rejuvenation afterwards is often unparalleled. Closing thought: here's the deal. Cold exposure isn't about being tough for Instagram likes, bragging rights, or proving anything to anyone. It's not about embracing suffering for suffering's sake. Instead, it's about strategically applying a natural stressor to unlock the kind of focus, sustained energy, robust immunity, and metabolic efficiency that modern life often tries to drain from you. It's about leveraging ancient wisdom with modern science to optimize your own biology. It's a simple, accessible practice that doesn't require expensive equipment or a major time commitment. All it takes is one uncomfortable minute a day, gradually building up, in a small part of your soul that learns to embrace the temporary discomfort for lasting gain. This minor daily challenge fosters a deeper connection to your body, teaches you to regulate your breath and your mind under stress, and builds an inner resilience that extends far beyond the shower. Give it a try, commit to it consistently, and you might just find that your relationship with cold water and your overall health is transformed for the better. Final CTA. If this helped you rethink your relationship with freezing water, or perhaps even convinced you to give it a try, then please hit subscribe and ring the bell. Your support helps this channel grow and allows me to keep creating evidence-based content that genuinely helps you improve your life. I've got more science-based tools coming your way, no gimmicks, no guru speak, just real strategies to help you feel and function better. We're all about empowering you with practical knowledge to optimize your brain and body and live a more vibrant life. Even if your shower now feels like Arctic survival training every morning. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.